WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. An argument and a car crash lead to a murder indictment in Lowndes County.
Jonathan Bardley is now charged with second-degree murder and leaving the scene of an accident with injuries. The incident happened on Aileen Drive on Christmas Eve of 2018. Lowndes County deputies say before the crash there was a domestic dispute between Bardley and Deanna Clark. Clark was found pinned between a tree and a car. She died Christmas morning. Bardley left the scene before deputies got there. He later turned himself in to police.
The man accused of killing 3 people in Artesia is indicted on a capital murder charge. Lowndes County jurors indicted Clark Allen Jr. The deadly shooting happened January 15th this year on Mobile Lane. Allen was taken into custody shortly afterwards. Demario Snell, Mauricio Nance, and Tyshawn Fields all died at the scene of the shooting. Investigators say drugs were a factor in that gunfire. Law enforcement combed the property for days, searching for evidence. Deputies have never released a motive in that homicide.
A Lowndes County grand jury indicts a Columbus man after a deadly shooting. Terry Lee Bradford is charged with manslaughter. He's accused of shooting Walter James Kiles in September of last year. The shooting happened near the 11th Street and 11th Avenue South intersection. Columbus Police Chief Fred Shelton told WCBI at the time that there was an argument before the gunfire. The men did know each other. Bradford turned himself in after the shooting.
5 people were arrested after a high-speed chase ends in Monroe County on Saturday night. Sheriff Cecil Cantrell says Nathan Cockerham, Lauren Howard, Anthony Pritchett, Lori Pritchett, and Graham Pritchett are all facing charges. Cockerham is charged with disorderly conduct and possession of paraphernalia. Howard and Anthony Pritchett are also charged with disorderly conduct. Graham Pritchett is charged with 1 count of aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer and 2 counts of simple assault on a police officer. Lori Pritchett is charged with 2 counts of simple assault on a police officer. The Lowndes County Sheriff's Department says a dispute in Lowndes County led to the pursuit that went into Monroe County. Cantrell says a Lowndes County law enforcement officer was assaulted there. Cockerham and Graham Pritchett are still in the Monroe County Jail. The other 3 are out on bond.
Well, the officer assaulted in Monroe County is Lance Lucky, a Columbus police officer and a Caledonia town marshal. Saturday night, he was on duty as a marshal when the dispute and the chase began. We've been told he's recovering and doing well today. Assault
on a police officer is a very serious crime. Regardless of whether it's simple assault or aggravated assault, it's also a danger that officers have to face and deal with on the job daily. Our Jory Talley joins us live in the studio with more on this story.
Every shift is different for law enforcement, so they have to be prepared for anything. Staying in shape is one way to do that. Fitness is not only important in the police academy, but also years after officers have worn the badge. For law enforcement officers, fitness starts at the police academy. Before an officer can get their badge, endurance has to be proven. Mississippi Highway Patrol Sergeant Derek Beckham proved his 15 years ago. He still remains in that same shape today.
We want to, like I said, try and stay in some type of shape, throughout our career to hopefully deter the violator from even, thinking about assaulting us. And again, we have this mindset of doing anything necessary that we have to do to make it home after the end of our shift.
And since every shift is different, officers have to be ready to not only protect the public, but also themselves.
Try to stay at least 50% in shape, if not 100%, because it saves lives. You can't pull guns on everybody, because you're finna get into a lawsuit. So basically you want to defend yourself, and like I said, your backup should be about 2 or 3 minutes away, but just in case if it jump off right then, you need to be able to handle yourself on the street.
Going to the gym, whether it be training on the weights or on the treadmill or just out exercising, running in your neighborhood, it's just some type of way to give us an upper hand on making the shift a little bit better.
Aberdeen Police Chief Henry Randall not only serves and protects his community, but also his country. He has double the encouragement to stay in shape.
Military and law enforcement go hand in hand. Same procedures, running, lifting weights, doing drills, making sure that you're trained up for the job that you got to do. And that's basically most of our guys here and most of the guys that work here. Most of them are military.
Officers come in all shapes and sizes, which is why Beckham says you should never judge a book by its cover.
Some guys, they may not necessarily look as muscular as others or what have you, but still they take, a lot of guys do defensive tactics and other measures to take care of themselves out there when they're on duty. So don't take it for granted just because one guy doesn't look the way the other guy does. He's prepared.
The Mississippi Highway Patrol has a law-fit team made up of troopers from across the state who take part in fitness competitions. The team has won several championships over the past few years.
All right, thanks, Jory. Time now to turn our attention to weather. Meteorologist Jacob Dickey joins us with a first look at our forecast. Jacob?
Hey Joey, what a great day we have enjoyed weather-wise. Lots of sunshine, just a few clouds here and there. In Tupelo right now, it's at 71 with general light north winds under 10 miles an hour across the area. See that dew point value? Very dry out there. Not a chance of rain across the board tonight or even tomorrow. And a lot of sun there. Just a few puffy white cumulus clouds. Fair weather cumulus clouds, as we call them, across the southeast today. As we go into tonight, all the way down into the low 50s, even some upper 40s on the board. Mostly clear, calm, and cool. Coming up, though, in the next 7 days, there is a chance for a few showers and storms. We'll time it out for you and have a full look at that.
Well, a month ago today, tornadoes tore through parts of North Mississippi. Monroe County took the brunt of the storms, where one person died and there was damage to homes and businesses there.
County leaders are one step closer to getting it all cleaned up. Our Allie Martin takes a closer look at the process.
The day after two tornadoes hit Monroe County, road manager Sonny Clay, District 3 Supervisor Chip Chisholm, and other county leaders were focused on getting everything in order for what promised to be a massive cleanup.
Trying to reach out to MEMA, FEMA, our governmental leaders in both the state and our congressional delegation to get a declaration.
The federal disaster declaration is expected to be signed soon by President Donald Trump. In the meantime, supervisors have asked for proposals from contractors to clean up debris left behind. Government regulations dictate where certain types of debris must be taken.
All the electronics will have to be separated out, phones, computers, etc. All the white goods, appliances, and all will have to be separated out, as well as any household hazardous waste. Well, 3 different categories there. All 3 of those categories will be required to take to the landfill over at Pontotoc.
Construction and demolition debris will go to the Monroe County landfill. There's so much debris that for the first time since the Smithville tornado, the Department of Environmental Quality is allowing some of that debris to be burned. This is one of the burn sites in northern Monroe County. It will save landfill space and taxpayer dollars.
Because of the damage, not just here in Monroe County, but all across the state, there's 40 or 50 other counties that's in somewhat the same boat we are. And if all this debris had to be hauled to landfills, you're just looking at an additional expense to the taxpayers of having to buy more land. Being able to burn it is going to save a lot of space in all of our landfills, not just Monroe County.
Each load of debris must be weighed by the contractor, and while there are a lot of regulations, Supervisor Chisholm says all agencies have worked efficiently.
They've been great, all of them has, and I appreciate the people coming together and working together like they have done.
Supervisors will open the bids May 24th. It will take them a few days to review the proposals. Cleanup could begin by early June, and the contractor will have 90 days to complete the job. In Monroe County, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Now, the estimated cost for the cleanup is $2.5 to $3 million. The county will pick up 12.5% of that total cost.
Coming up, Starkville residents have a taxing decision to make.
We break down what the numbers could mean when we come up. Welcome back, everyone. On May 30th, Starkville residents will vote on the proposed 1% tax on local hotels and restaurants. If voters give the go-ahead, that money will be used to build a state-of-the-art sports complex designed to bring tournaments and families to the city.
Our Cash Matlock is live at the Sportsplex with more on what this proposed tax means to people who live and work in Starkville.
1% of $1 is 1 penny, and those pennies could add up. Supporters of the new park say this is the time to take advantage of an economic opportunity. If you build it, they will come. Sports tourism is why some Starkville city leaders are pushing to improve, expand, and construct park facilities. It's an opportunity they say that Starkville is currently missing out on.
In this past year, it's just been, we've had so much rain that it's been difficult for us to keep those tournaments going.
Starkville Parks and Rec Director Gary Logan says building new turf facilities will keep sporting events going during all types of weather and boost the local economy.
You look at these fields, you've got hundreds, if not thousands, of people showing up for these sports tournaments. Well, they play a couple hours a day for their teams, but when they're not here, well, they're stopping at the gas station right down the road and getting some gas, getting a Dr. Pepper or Coke or some chips. They're going out to Obie's and Ben 612 and Tyler to eat. They're going to the movie theater while they're here.
You will be spending an extra penny on every dollar that you spend. So if you spend $1 for a sausage biscuit in the morning, you're going to be spending $1.10 instead of $1.09.
And with the new renovations comes a brand new state-of-the-art facility.
Yes, Cornerstone Park with a sports a tournament facility, but also a new facility for our recreational play. So that's really what you hear about first. That's kind of the big, bright and shiny object project, but it's also to renovate what you have behind us here now. We want to add soccer fields to our Starkville Sportsplex and be able to renovate, and also be able to renovate McKee Park so that it's more of an open space park, a great place to bring your family, even more so than it already is.
Some people want to know why the city isn't using the money for other projects like repairing roads. But that's not how the state legislature set up their proposed tax.
This is strictly for parks. And if you don't vote for it and it doesn't pass, then there won't be any additional funding. It'll just go away.
This plan needs 60% of the votes to pass. If not, city leaders say it could be a long time before another opportunity arises.
I don't think we would necessarily have to go back to the legislature for it, but we would have to go through the process of passing a resolution again and gearing up for a whole new election, and that's costly.
The people that are visiting town for this are going to help pay for it. That's another thing. It's not just the burden isn't all on the residents. It's these people that come in town for these tournaments. By going out to eat and staying in hotels, they're going to help fund it. Well, Starkville residents can vote yes or no on May 30th at their normal voting precincts. Absentee voting will be taking place this Saturday as well as next Saturday from 8 to 12 at the city clerk's office. Reporting live in Starkville, I'm Cash Matlock, and I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Well, I know Cash is enjoying the sunshine today. More of it coming tomorrow. Temperatures just a little bit warmer. I've got some 80s on the board as well as some rain chances. We'll talk all about that coming up here after the break.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Sure, it's nice to see lots of sunshine out there on our Alpha Insurance Skycam network right now, from Columbus to Tupelo to downtown Louisville, Mississippi, and at Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon. Bright blue sky, nice bright sunshine, really enjoying the weather today. Temperature right now in Vernon is at 69. The dew points are in the 40s and 50s out there. Very pleasant, dry air in place. That will allow things to cool off later on tonight. Already down to 70 in Corinth, still 71 in Tupelo. We're at 73 in Columbus, 75 in Macon. When we factor in the clear sky that we're seeing, mostly clear sky, overnight tonight, that'll help things to really cool off quickly. I think we're going to end up into the low 50s by the morning. Look for calm winds by morning as well. Still though, mostly clear, partly cloudy through the night. Lots of sunshine again by the morning. Down to 51 in Columbus, 51 in Starkville, 50 in Amory. It doesn't get much better than this around this time of year. Normally we should be in the upper 50s and low 60s. A very cool, crisp night coming for us. Have the windows open and enjoy it. The mostly clear sky really helps those temperatures to fall off quickly, too. Once that sun sets here, we'll see 60s and 50s in a matter of hours. By the morning, maybe a few clouds here and there out there. On Tuesday, we'll call it mostly sunny to partly cloudy throughout the day. Just a little warmer than we were today. I think by the afternoon, mid to upper 70s out there. Still shy of 80, and maybe only mid 70s for us in Tupelo. 75 there, 74 in Houston, 75 in Calhoun City and in Bruce. We'll look for light north winds through the day, generally between 2 and 7 miles an hour. Not a chance of rain, though. That's a good news. 78 in Columbus, 77 in Macon. We'll get to 77 also in Ackerman. And West Alabama, great for us as well. 74 in Silligent, Vernon at 75, 76 down in Aliceville. As we look ahead here, we're slowly warming things up. Today we have the mid-70s, upper 70s by tomorrow, into the 80s by Wednesday. Some more, say, summertime heat and humidity is coming by the end of this week. 88 on Friday, 89 on Saturday. That may bring the chance for a few showers, too, before we get to there. I think that's going to feel a little more summer. We may see our first 90 somewhere in the viewing area by the time we get to Friday afternoon. Here's that high pressure, though. As long as we've got this here, that's our friend. That's going to keep that dry, refreshing air in place. By the time that high moves off to our east, though, Tuesday night into Wednesday, south winds will come back to the surface here. That'll bring some Gulf moisture back slowly but surely. We'll have a chance for an isolated shower Wednesday and on Thursday. Overall, though, I think many of us are staying dry. We'll call it mostly sunny to partly cloudy. Don't be surprised, though, if you squeak out a quick shower. Rainfall amounts will be light. Not expecting a whole lot of it there. In fact, low-end chances, 20% at best there across the area. As we get into the weekend, then Sunday and Monday, I've introduced the chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Overall, I'm not thinking a washout yet. We'll be keeping our eyes in that, though, as we move forward, as we get into a little more of a summertime pattern by the weekend.
Softball state championships finally underway in Hattiesburg. Highlights and scores from Southern Miss next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
It's dancing time for Ole Miss and Mississippi State softball. Both teams selected to compete in the 2019 NCAA softball tournament. The Bulldogs earning a 2 seed in the Seattle Regional. They'll be matching up with Seattle. For Ole Miss, not only are the Rebels entering into the tournament as the 11th overall seed, but the Rebels will also be hosting a regional in Oxford. It's only the second time in program history the team has been able to host a regional. Last time was back in 2017. And on deck is a matchup with 4-seed UT Chattanooga. Here's the schedule for round one. All the action begins on Friday. State will be taking on Seattle at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Ole Miss taking on Chattanooga at 6 p.m. Both games will be available to watch on ESPN3. A pair of Bulldogs named as Ferris Trophy finalists, center fielder Jake Mangum and ace Ethan Small, chosen to represent Mississippi State. Mangum will look for his second Ferris Trophy after winning it back in 2016. A Bulldog has won 2 of the last 3 Ferris Trophies. The Rebels also picking up 2 nominations for the Ferris Trophy. Shortstop Greg Kessinger and third baseman Tyler Keenan selected as finalists. Trophy is awarded to the top collegiate baseball player in the state of Mississippi. The winner is announced on Monday, May 20th. The 1A softball state championships finally underway. Vardaman taking on Smithville. Rams already up 3-0. Then Sarah Wooten is going to make it 6-0 with a 3-run jack over the left field wall. And then top of the 4th, bags loaded for the Lady Rams. Nora Blake Parker lines one right past the shortstop. That brings home 2 more Lady Rams. Parker will get a single. Vardaman takes a 8-0 lead. And then a couple batters later, Carolyn Casey finds a gap in left for an RBI single of her own. Rams score 4 in the 4th to go up 10-0. But Smithville staying alive, trying to stay alive. That's Harley Hatley with a solo shot to make it 10-1. But Vardaman in control all day long. They take command of the series with a 12-1 Game 1 win. The 4A state championship, Tisch County hoping to avoid a sweep at the hands of Newton County. Shelby Anderson getting some help from the defense. Lizzie Hollingsworth with a snag at short. Braves held scoreless early. Here comes Newton County's offense. Anderson providing some run support for herself. Caitlin Gibson scores. The first run of the day is for Newton County, but Cougs would score 5 in the first. Braves trying to get back. Ashlyn Overby with a rally, trying to get a single going, but Anderson would make a great snag at the mound to get her out 1 batter later. Newton County would be in control all game long. Cougars get the 8-4 win and sweep Tishomingo County for the 4A softball state championship. South Pontotoc, this game ending just minutes ago. The Lady Cougars take game 1 of the series in a thriller, 7-6 in 9 innings. South Pontotoc would win in a walk-off thanks to a throwing error, and they take a 1-0 series lead. So game 2 set for tomorrow, 30 minutes after Smithville and Vardaman. The 1A state championship game happening at 10 a.m. at Southern Miss. High school baseball playoffs continue tonight. We'll have highlights and scores to try and get North and South half finals to wrap up and get to state championship baseball later this week. But until then, make sure you tune in at 10 as we'll give you the recap of all things softball and baseball. That's it for sports. The last look at your forecast coming up right after the video.
Well, we got a special tonight for the weather. Free air conditioning. Open your windows. Low 50s. Some of us may even see the upper 40s tonight. Very unseasonal. We should be in the low 60s and upper 50s. Looking ahead, too, I had a viewer message me. Melissa, she said, you said sunshine 15 times. Well, I'll say sunshine 15 more times if that means we can keep this nice weather around.
We need it.
We really do.
You are the sunshine of my life.
That's right. So
we'll sing
great
it.
weather.
We're excited.
We really need to dry out. A lot of rain this weekend.
Yeah. This is the week for that. We are on the record fastest amount of rain we've had so far this year.
Wow.
All right. Thanks, Jacob. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Have a good night.
I'll resume singing. You are the sunshine.